What is going on, Atlanta Falcons fan, man? Y'all know it is your boy Antoine Smith. Stopping in right quick, give y'all my quick thoughts on a topic I saw on Twitter. ML football, they always putting out NFL rumors, and one rumor that is stirring that they're saying is the Atlanta Falcons could be a favorite to land George Pickens via trade. And this, to me, would be a game changer. And I know, these are just rumors, but let's just talk about it anyway. You look at George Pickens coming out of Georgia, tore his ACL his senior season, and I think that kind of hurt his draft stock a little bit because he fell to the top of the second round to the Pittsburgh Steelers. If not for that, he's a top 10 pick, and maybe he's already an Atlanta Falcon. But you look at his numbers, very, very solid numbers. First couple of years in Pittsburgh and then in Dallas last year, he had a career year. 93 catches, over 1,400 yards, and 9 touchdowns. And we saw the playmaker and the number one receiver we knew he could be. Now, he was down there with CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb missed time with injury, and he stepped up big time, making big catches. And we saw the big playability because second year in the league, he averaged 18.1 yards a catch. 63 catches, over 1,000 yards. So the big playability is there. Vertical route running, run after the catch. Now, sometimes he can get a little sketchy because of his attitude. And that's what a lot of people despise about his game because sometimes he can get distracted, doesn't stay focused. And I get that part. But if you look at the talent overall, the talent is there. Now, he's looking for a new contract. And I think his contract right now, he's on a franchise tag for about $28 million, which is pretty fair for a guy like this. He's probably looking into the $30 to $35 million range, which is kind of odd because now, as I'm looking at it, Drake London is another factor in this equation. Drake London is coming off another pretty good year. Now, he missed about 4 or 5 games with injury, which prevented him from going over 1,000 yards again. He got his first 1,000 yards a couple of years ago. And we saw the big play guy that he could be. 50-50 catches, back shoulder fade, he catch it all. We saw the big game against New England. So Drake London, in this particular dynamic, could be the trade piece that gets this deal done. Because if you're talking about contracts, you're really swapping out contract for contract. And this is what I think it would take. You would probably have to trade one of your top receivers slash tight ends, which is Kyle Pitts or Drake London. Then you may have to throw in a future second round pick. And I know a lot of people saying, but you probably need a first round pick. No. Actually, if you're giving up a talent like a Drake London or a talent like a Kyle Pitts, that kind of stifles the blow just a little bit. And you probably could get away with a third round pick. But would you risk trading what you have in Drake London, which you know is not going to be a problem for a guy that's had character concerns from college to the pros? Would it make sense? I actually think it would. And there's no knock to Drake. But as I've been telling y'all for a while now, that George Pickens' big playability, vertical threat, speed, athleticism, he just had that dog in him. It's not saying that Drake London doesn't, but I think George Pickens' overall demeanor as far as a football player is just totally different. And sometimes you need these type players. So this trade to me, like I said, it would be one of your top receivers, maybe in a second or third round pick. And that could be well down the road. It doesn't have to be next year or the year after. It can be 2 years after that. But George Pickens, what a contract would probably look like for him, I would say in the $30 to $35 million range. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just even it off just a little bit. I would say about 5 years, about $160 million would be about $32 million a year, which would be a pretty good contract for him. So a 5-year, $160 million deal for George Pickens, I think would get the job done. And as I've said, you can't pay everybody. This is why I would add Drake London or Kyle Pitts to the trade if they're thinking about making a deal like this. And the thing that we've been talking about on the show The reason why I have no problem with trading anybody, this front office is not tied to any one of these players on this current roster right now. And then you have Bijan Robinson coming up for a contract soon, which is going to be anywhere from 21 to $25 million, and Chris Lindstrom up for a deal about 27, $28 million, and he's one of the best offensive linemen in the league. So his contract is garnered as well. So George Pickens to the Falcons could make sense if they get the right trade pieces and the right draft picks. But I absolutely would be for it, man, because I've said time after time, I think George Pickens is the home run threat the Atlanta Falcons need, and I know they've added a lot this offseason with Jahan Dotson, Olamide Zaccheaus, Zachariah Branch. But what's wrong with another vertical veteran wide receiver? And that's what they need, another veteran guy. But would you materialize a trade for George Pickens? Let me know. Drop them comments in the comment box. Let's debate. Let's have fun as always, man. Y'all know how we doing on Sports Machine. This your boy Antoine Smith signing off. I will holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.